Hey, it's Steve here. Here's a few things just for safety when you're going to need to make these bobbins for your coils. If you want to use this 1/4 inch plexiglass, it gets pretty thick. Gives you an idea how close you can actually get to each piece, so you don't waste it a lot. Plus there's a little round pieces here on this plexiglass you could use to shape to mount something on top of your coil, like your LED, and just bore a hole like right here in the middle and just glue it in place. Anyway, whenever you're working with something like this, you don't want to try to hold it with your hand. Okay, so you use these little quick clamps that you can get and secure it in a work area. And you always want to have a sacrificial piece of material, like some 3/4 piece of scrap wood or something underneath this, because you're going to use this hole saw. Now this one here I've got, it's 3-inch diameter, and it works really good. It's got a separate little bit here on the back that you can tighten up your drill bit and set your depth of this drill bit right here coming out, right here. And you want to get one a little bit better type here. They have these on the side because that helps you get the material out in case it gets caught inside here. But you're going to need your little small drill. Set this up, clamp your plexiglass down, don't forget your sacrificial piece there, and as you start drilling through here, that's going to become tight in there. So after you've actually started working your way down in there, you want to kind of take your drill handle and kind of slightly round it out, not a whole lot, just a little bit. But if you went all the way through, it would take forever to try to get that loosened up because it's really super tight. If you slightly round it around like that, it'll release out of there, and you can just take a little tool and pop it inside this little slot here and pop it out and work it out. Plus you got to watch this for building up heat too, because you'll see this plexiglass build up on these cutters here. Okay, so that's just something to think about. Again, it's real important. Don't forget the sacrificial piece here underneath here, or this will just crack on you. Okay, and after you get your plexiglass drilled, again you want to use these same clamps here to hold the plexiglass down, your sacrificial wood underneath these pieces that you've taken out of here, and then use like a little paddle bit. And this distance between here and here should be the same distance as the diameter of your center tube that you're going to use for your core material. And then what I have found is this stuff here is by far the best. It's a acrylic cement used specifically for plexiglass. So if you have some dealers that sell in plexiglass that make little novelty boxes and stuff like that, they have a little syringe that you can use to apply it with, because you don't want to get this stuff on your hands. Okay, and it comes like that. It's like a little syringe that you pull right off of there, and you just let it flow out and put the cap back on. The stuff evaporates pretty quick, and you don't want to have it by any type of a heat source. It's highly flammable. But once it sets up, it's good to go. And if you try to put two pieces on here and try to separate it, it's going to break someplace else besides the glue joint. That's how strong it is. And my coils are really super strong. So again, you're just going to need yourself a little small hole saw. 3-inch works really good for me. And what I've done after I drilled the holes, I take and mark a line across the bottom here and cut it, and do each one with the same line. That way all your coils sit flat on whatever you're resting on, and then you can configure some sort of a plastic mount like I did, or something on the side, or put it on a completely full-length flat base that your whole coil sits on, and you can put screws on either side, and all you have to do is cut a slot in your plexiglass on both sides that the screw sits in, and you can slide it in and out and give yourself adjustment. That's one thing I wish I would have did, but here's an idea. I'm going to shoot this at you, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas. And like I say, don't try to do it without clamps, man, because you're going to lose fingers, and this thing will slice you right up, and so will this. Okay, but this is the easy way. Instead of trying to use one of those thick 3/4 inch drill bits, these paddle bits, see right here, all you're going to have when you drill that hole out is to have a small hole like this, and this will automatically center itself and put your hole for your core tube perfectly centered. Works like a charm. Okay, hopefully this gives you a little helpful tip, and I'll actually make a couple and show you how I put them together with that glue tomorrow. Okay, alright, we'll see you, man.